So my name is Gilda Cacavo, and I'm the current co-chief officer, along with Daniela Liggett, of the scientific research program within SCAR, Anticon. And Anticon stands for Integrated Science to Inform Antarctic and Southern Ocean Conservation. So Anticon tries to do a couple of things. So first, it works across different domains, from the sort of more basic sciences, studying the distributions of species, to moving more into applied science, understanding human impacts, to considering socioecological forms of understanding the key questions that we have regarding climate change impacts and human impacts within the Antarctic. Anticon brings together these disparate groups of researchers to address these questions, but we also try to bridge the gap between policymakers and the sorts of science needs that they have and their understanding of how scientists address those needs, bridging that gap with the way scientists conduct their research and have an understanding of what policymakers need in order to make decisions, because sometimes that's not necessarily so clear. So the types of activities that we're considering are things like the impact of researchers in Antarctica, the role of tourism, the impact of fisheries, the impact of pollution, the impact of human activities outside of Antarctica with respect to climate change, pollution, pathogens, invasive species, all of these things. Most groups in SCAR prioritize this particular type of approach, which is in capacity building. So we've done that in the form of a science policy fellowship that we have co-run with the SCAR group SCATS, which is the Standing Committee on the Antarctic Treaty System. And in this fellowship, which has gone on for 3 years now, and in that fellowship, we bring early to mid-career researchers from different countries. We pair them up with a mentor, and they prepare policy papers, either like a working paper if it's for the treaty meetings, or like a working paper or information paper, or for CAMLAR, a working paper to present at those meetings. That's also a legacy that we're really proud of in Anticon. Well, I just feel like it's a bit of a privilege for me to be in this role. I consider myself an early to mid-career researcher, and I joined the group when I was definitely an early career researcher, because it's been now 5 years that I've been part of the group. And I came in part because I work on an exploited species, and I wanted to learn more about the ways in which my particular research in my little corner as one individual could have wider impacts on Antarctic policy and decision-making and so on. But through the process of being involved in Anticon, I've learned so much more about things outside of just my little corner of research on Antarctic fish, but learned a lot more about, for example, the Antarctic Treaty System and how there's been this gap between the way in which policymakers communicate the research needs that they need from scientists and how scientists uptake that information. And I feel like that's been really helpful both to me personally, and it's also been, I think, a wonderful opportunity to be able to be a part of this really important work that we're doing to not only support decision-making in the Antarctic, but also improve the way the wider community understands all these processes and can participate in them. So the first step is joining our mailing list, because through our mailing list, we let people know of different opportunities, either within the group or within different projects that we're doing. But beyond just keeping up with what Anticon does and what opportunities we have, there's also actively being involved in the group. And this is right now is a key time for that, because coming out of our workshop that we just had in person, one of the key goals of that workshop was to identify new projects and ways forward to prioritize Anticon's work over the next 3 years. And the idea is we really want to target certain goals. Some of these are related to identifying climate vulnerable species. It's related to investigating a bit more how we interpret and understand precautionary principles within the Antarctic Treaty System, and other types of work. So what we really want to do is get people involved in these projects that will come out of the workshop. So if you join our mailing list, we will be announcing these opportunities as they become available. These are all the things that Anticon will be tackling over the next 3 years. And anyone who feels that they can contribute to that or is interested or excited by that, they'd be more than welcome to join us in that effort.